You may have seen reports about COVID cases in area school districts. We would like to share the process if a student or employee is diagnosed with COVID 19. If there is a positive case in the school, the Monroe County Department of Health will determine if a quarantine of one or more people is needed and will be unique to the circumstances of each case. You can find the Monroe County guidelines on our website. If a student or teacher or staff member with no known exposure has a temperature of above 100 degrees or has any new or unusual symptoms of COVID 19, such as fever, shortness of breath, sore throat, loss of taste or smell, regardless of vaccination status, this individual must stay home or return home and contact their healthcare provider. If their healthcare provider gives them a different diagnosis, the individual can return to school with a note signed by their healthcare provider. If the individual took a COVID 19 test and this test was negative, the individual can return to school if symptoms are improving and if they are fever free for 24 hours without using Advil or Tylenol or a fever reducing medication. They also must provide a copy of their negative test result or a note from their healthcare provider. If the individual had a positive COVID 19 test, the individual will be placed in isolation by the Monroe County Department of Health. That individual can return to school after being released from isolation by the Monroe County Department of Public Health. If this individual has no test and no other diagnosis, the individual may return to school after at least 10 days have passed since the first date of their symptoms, and their symptoms are improving, and they are fever free for at least 24 hours without using any medication. What are the purpose of quarantines? The purpose of a quarantine is to help protect people from spreading the virus to others. The health and safety guidelines that Rush Henrietta has in place should help limit your child's risk. However, if your child shows any symptoms of COVID, please contact your primary care provider. Quarantine can come at any time, and the number of quarantines in the district may increase. To prepare for potential quarantine, students should take their Chromebooks home on a nightly basis. What will happen next? Well, if your child needs to quarantine, expect a call from the Department of Health contact tracer. The contact tracer will provide you with information regarding your family's requirements. Your child's teacher or principal will be in touch with information regarding continuing daily instruction during the quarantine period. If your child's classroom is quarantined, the school principal will notify the families via e-news. This will be done on the first occasion to share important procedural information with the school community. If this happens again, general notices will not be provided via e-news. The district is updating its COVID 19 dashboard on a weekly basis. Masks. Students, visitors, and employees are required to wear a mask inside buildings and on buses. Masking is required regardless of vaccination status. Bandanas, gaiters, and fishnet style masks are not allowed. The district has the right to ask a student wearing an inappropriate mask to wear one of our disposable masks instead. So your child's mask should look similar to the ones you see in this picture. Of course, if your child has a fever of 100 degrees or higher, please keep them home. And also, if your child has any new symptoms of COVID, such as cough, sore throat, headache, please keep them home. If you have any questions about any of our COVID guidelines, please contact your school nurse teacher.